associated with any of those. So I'm just gonna completely stay away from that.
Sure, I'm not proud of like what my culture's done, but at the same time, like I would not want to be anything else. If I had to choose another race, I don't know what I would be. I'm okay with where I am, even though I'm getting backlash about being white.
Most of them stepped to the side where they said they weren't proud to be white. And there was one person that stepped to the side that said they were proud to be white. And so then they started asking them questions like, well, you know, why are you not proud to be white? And they were saying, because what the white community has done.
Welcome to the talk show, where we're kicking it and having fun on inspirational radio. The talk show, kicking it and having fun. So turn your radio up.
It's Black History Month.
Yes,
It's Black History Month, and I didn't realize this when we talked about the Ron DeSantis Florida situation last week. But you know, when I released the snippet, it was actually February 1st, which would have been the
I
first
just thought
day.
yep, that's true.
Yep, first day of Black History Month, and I think it's I think that was a really good conversation. I want to just make sure I'm very, very clear on my take on that. If you watch the show, I spoke about the fact that at one time I felt one way, like, what's going on? Why is Ron DeSantis saying, hey, we don't want AP Black History or this curriculum, taught in our school system? And then the curriculum was shown, and part of it was queer studies. So, just kind of questioning why, again,
They
these two
tying them
movements
together.
are being, mixed together. But I want to be real clear. We need to make sure that our history is being taught, that our history is, that we are getting to know our history. I really believe that we need to stop mixing these movements and just leaving it where it is. We got a lot of work. Tina, remember Tina Williams?
Yes.
Yes, she commented on one of our posts, and she said, Shelton, we've been dealing, or she didn't say Shelton, but she made the statement emphatically, and we've been dealing with this for 400 years, 400 years in this country, where, it was there's a certain mind frame, a certain thought where you're talking about where there was a time where, a white man did not think a black man was even a person. He was less than a person. And we're talking all the way up into the 60s where that was, still kind of vocalized. You know what I mean? So when we're talking about changing the mindset, there's a lot with that. There's a lot to where, as a Black community, we have to heal. We have to change how we're thinking, how we see ourselves. And part of that is knowing the history, knowing what happened, knowing, some of the great things and the great accomplishments. But, some of that is really, being aware of that. And then, the other part of that is just having empathy for each other.
Definitely.
I should have pulled this up, but there was a video that I saw on Instagram, and they had a line of white people kind of standing in a row on the line, and they kind of step to the side if they were proud to be white, step to one side if they were proud to be white, and then another side if they weren't proud to be white, right? And so,
I live a privileged life. 3, 2, 1.
It's so sad to say, because I never say it out loud, but it's the truth, is like getting pulled over by the police. I always feel like I have a little bit of a one-up because I'm white, because I'm a woman. And I feel so bad that that's the truth, but this is a thing and it's unfortunate.
For me, as an individual, I feel like I'm not privileged. Sure, like white people background came from like being higher up on the scale, but I've gone through really hard things before. You know, I don't feel like I'm superior over other people. So as an individual, I don't feel like I'm privileged.
I think privileged, I guess I don't really think that I'm above other people. I just think that naturally I'm treated differently.
Yeah, it's like perception. It's just perceptions.
Yeah, I think that's a huge misconception. I have privilege that I didn't ask for. It's just society sees me as like the standard for whatever reason, and because of that, I get treated differently. And my privilege, you know, like you said, it's not about what you've gone through or what you experience. It's 100% how the world sees me.
I am proud to be white. 3, 2, 1.
Just be in the middle.
Yeah. Can there be a middle?
All right.
Gotta pick a side. Pick a side.
I don't know which side to pick.
Don't hate me, guys.
I don't. I almost went there too. It's like
I think
so
like
hard.
guiltily, like I'm like happy that I'm not oppressed, but I'm not proud like things people have done in the past.
When I think of being proud of something, I think something I worked for, or that I had to do nothing to be white, absolutely nothing, and nothing was taken from me because I was white.
It's like saying I'm a proud white person is a completely different saying than saying I'm a proud black person. Because when you hear I'm a proud black person, I think empowerment, I think strength, I think courage, I think, you know, all these amazing things that the black community has done and accomplished throughout the years. But then when you say I'm a proud white person, already there's so much like hate involved in that.
Thing about that is like how you said, someone who says I'm proud to be black, that's empowerment. Why aren't I allowed to be proud to be white? What makes it wrong?
Yeah, what are you proud of? Just your skin color? Because yes, that is wrong.
So you're
So
saying I can't be proud to be white because I don't have a culture?
No, that's not what I'm saying. It's that when white people say they're proud to be white, a lot of times, at least in my opinion, they're talking about their skin color, that they're not a different race. I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
But as like we were talking about, as a proud black person, they've been oppressed, that a lot of their culture was stolen from them. And a lot of reasons that I don't like proud to be white is because it has, the Nazis used it, the KKK used it. I don't want to be associated with any of those, so I'm just gonna completely stay away from that.
Sure, I'm not proud of like what my culture's done, but at the same time, like I would not want to be anything else. If I had to choose another race, I don't know what I would be. I'm okay with where I am, even though I'm getting backlash about being white.
Most of them stepped to the side where they said they weren't proud to be white. And there was one person that stepped to the side that said they were proud to be white. And so then they started asking the questions like, well, you know, why are you not proud to be white? And they were saying, because what the white community has done, you know, to the black people over 400 years and all of these type of things, like it doesn't seem like we should be saying we should be proud of our, you know, of our race. And so then they asked the one, I think it was a lady, you know, why is she proud to be white? And she said, well, yeah, I definitely understand, you know, the history of what we did, but, you know, why can't I be proud of who I am? And, you know, I asked myself that question, like, you know, why is this even a dilemma? Like, it's okay for, I think, a white person to be proud of who they are. And it's okay for a black person to be proud of their heritage and proud of who they are. The issue here is the lack of empathy and understanding for our plights. You know what I mean? How we all came to be in the position that we're in and what that really looks like. You know, the fact that, you know, most black people, even when we were freed from slavery, didn't own land or didn't have anything to start with. So, you know, being in a situation, I mean, I can't think of, you know, too many other races that came to America that, you know, had to, you know, start from complete scratch, you know. And
I don't think so either. I think they gave a lot of the other people, when they got mistreated, like they got some type of reparations to, you know, go off and start with something outside of us. And
So
what we need, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, so what we need to do, if you rob of people of their heritage and who they are and what they are, and you're left floating and you have no idea who you are, it's easy to get lost in life and not appreciate who you are, and then not appreciate people that are like you, that look like you. And it's easy to commit atrocities against people you don't know anything about. It's hard to hurt people with like, oh, we come from history. Hey, we creators. I mean, we're inventors. We can do amazing things. We did this, we did that. Once you have a heritage that you can hold your head up and say, man, I'm valuable, not better than anyone, but definitely not less or worse than anyone. I contributed to this nation. I contribute to society. I contribute. When you rob a person of their history and you rob them of who they innately, who they really are, and they don't know who they are, it's easier to commit things against one another or not to value other people because you don't value yourself. And teaching history, giving you value, telling you who you are makes you better and makes your community better because it makes everyone feel better about who they are.
Amen, sis. That's exactly, that's exactly what this is about. And what I'd say for our shows in February, since it is Black History, we can do some segments I think that are geared towards just that conversation. I don't know exactly what that looks like because I do want to, everything that we do, I want to give from God's perspective, or what the Bible says about this generation. So what that looks like, I think we'll come up with, but I definitely want us to have that conversation and have more of that conversation, throughout this month and as we go on.